the long rumored, long talked about Disney Plus series for Obi-Wan is official. I can't remember who originally got it on Twitter, but shout out to that guy. Um, but yeah, Ewan McGregor's comeback. It's going to be, I assume, a 6 to 8 episode, like everything else is going to be on this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, man. I remember when this was supposed to be a movie, and like,
Yeah, because they took all the anthologies down, didn't they? And it's
yeah,
kind of like, oh, we're bringing it back a bit. Let's put it on our thing so we can
yeah.
just rejigger the movies. Like,
Well, I think these shows, like an Obi-Wan series, makes more sense than an
yeah.
Obi-Wan movie. Like you can tap into more storytelling through a TV show than you can with a movie.
Mm.
You're limited to a certain amount of time, and I mean, let's face it, like season 2 can be different times, and Obi-Wan's, like it's kind of it lends itself more to the storytelling. So
Mm.
I'm
I'd
happy.
say because that was always my major thing. It's like, well, I haven't watched everything for Star Wars, like the show, so I don't know like the
Yeah.
complete story of Obi-Wan, but I know he's like the most fleshed out you could probably
Yeah.
get in the
Oh
entire
yeah.
thing. It's like my biggest thing was, where does it land?
Yeah.
What part of his story hasn't been told, or do you make it like an anthology series and just recreate parts of his story throughout his life for like 6 hours?
Yeah.
So like, here's
I
the
mean,
Darth Maul bit. Like the Darth Maul bit's going to be in there anyway. Let's be honest,
yeah.
because why would you not bank on that moneymaker? And it's just
Well,
like,
I
hey,
mean,
here's this thing.
yeah, I think the Darth Maul is the testing ground. Though. I think you're gonna see more of Darth Maul for sure.
Yeah,
On
because
Disney
what I've
Plus.
heard, like the ending of his story in the show recently was from Maul's perspective,
Yeah.
which in hindsight could be really clever way of being like, and now we have Obi-Wan's perspective of that fight,
Yeah.
and you just do the fight again. Though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because
I'm just.
my thing with that though is because they released that massive timeline of when everything takes place. You got like obviously the
Yeah.
three Ages: Age of Republic, Age of Rebellion, Age of Resistance, and
Yeah.
this falls virtually right in the middle of the Solo timeline.
Yeah.
So where
Yeah.
that movie
Yeah.
takes place, it's kind of like, like,
And
I don't, I couldn't tell you how everything matches up to that, but like,
and then it'd be kind of cool to see like if they can. I don't know. I mean, they could. I mean, like the Darth Maul thing is definitely like, and
it's gonna happen.
yeah, they're gonna they're in development for that series for sure. Um,
A
in
Darth Maul's, oh, that'd be no, yeah.
yeah,
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest, to be honest. Because why would you not make a Darth Maul series? But
yeah, and there's also like I think this is a proving ground for what is to come because they're talking about like they have a timeline and they have a bunch of characters they want to like reintroduce in like these Disney Plus shows. So, and like I told you guys at the beginning, man, it's the sky's the limit now. Like the Disney Plus
oh yeah,
gives them
it's opened a door that
yeah,
like, well, it's
well,
more of
gives
a
them
floodgate, really. I suppose.
yeah, well, it gives them the opportunity to flesh out a lot of these characters that you've seen in movies. I mean, like there's some pretty cool things that are coming down the pipe with Star Wars, and like Obi-Wan is just the beginning. If it's a very good success, I think they're going to move forward with a lot of other projects that I think people will definitely like.
Definitely, and it makes a nice third Star Wars show. Obviously we've got the Mandalorian, you got Cassian Andor, which I completely
Yeah.
forgot about until recently.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
like, oh yeah, that's a show.
Well,
You got Obi-Wan. There was rumors of another one like Lando and
yeah.
Solo,
Well,
but I don't know. No.
the Cassian Andor thing, I think is just like a very limited thing. I think,
Yeah, I can't imagine that going any further because it's set a bit before Rogue One, but it's between like
yeah.
Star Wars Rebels in it, so like kind of
Yeah, I
it's
think
it's kind of like
limited series.
Resistance, that
Yeah.
cartoon where like it's only 2 seasons and done. Everyone's like, oh, it's good, it's bad. It's like, no, it's because it literally can't go any further than this.
Yeah, it leads to his death basically.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's a limited
Spoilers
series.
for Rogue One, by the way. No,
Sorry.
for a movie that you should have seen by now.
Yeah, it's like it's been a good almost a decade since that movie came out. So I think.
Also, if you didn't realize that everyone died in Rogue One, then sorry.
No. I mean, like, who's to say that somewhere down the line of like a Mace Windu series doesn't come down? I mean, like,
wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. No.
And like and you know what I would love to see there, and like, and I'm sure I might be like in the minority, but I mean, I enjoyed Solo, right?
Yeah.
I could definitely see them using the character in the Disney Plus show over
Oh
bringing them
yeah,
back into the
I
movies.
wouldn't be surprised if the sequels and like that story is told in the show.
Yeah, I know. I would much rather that, to be honest with you.
Mm.
Like it gives it more time to develop the character, whatever that means. And
It's like how can you can't redevelop Solo
can't
anymore than
develop anymore.
it's like.
But yeah, I'm very excited about the Obi-Wan. You know, like these shows got like, and you got to realize that some of these shows have a finite amount of time.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like 5 seasons. You know, some of these are going to be just 2 seasons. You know, like 2
Which is
seasons.
totally fine, you
done.
know.
Yeah.
It helps you keep things fresh in your platform. So
Yeah, I mean, like, who wants to see Obi-Wan for 6 years? You know, like, because like that.
oh, you asked that question, but you know we've had Obi-Wan since like the 2000 from like 70s, I suppose. Really, people still want more. No,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the problem when that stuff happens, when the problem starts is like, how do you fit this in? Like, if it goes more
yeah.
than a couple years, like that problem peaks its like ugly head. You know, you're like, okay,
Well, then
so
what we do is we go all the way back to young Obi-Wan, like not the Phantom
of
Menace young
course.
Obi-Wan. We go back to teenage Obi-Wan, where he's essentially like Anakin, and then he grows up to be the Jedi, and we find
I,
out how he met Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, that's coming. Like, no, that has to be down there somewhere. Like, I don't know if they've already told that story for something like a comic or whatever, but like that's got to be something.
yeah. I mean, and I wouldn't mind seeing a Qui-Gon movie too. I mean, like that would be interesting. You know,
As long
'cause,
as we recast Liam Neeson, I'll be fine.
yeah,
Like,
I
get the guy
don't
out of
think.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they need the guy. I don't think they need Liam Neeson to portray that character because the character died when you saw him. He was basically Liam Neeson when he died. So
True.
you know, like you could easily cast that as a younger person
Yeah.
and kind of lead into that. You know, I don't know. You know, Obi-Wan is going to open more doors for the Star Wars stuff. You know, or Obi-Wan and Mandalorian, I should say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Mandalorian is like, oh, I'll wait on that, but
I
like,
say we'll get to the Mandalorian in just a minute. I say just a minute, in a couple of minutes.